Views and opinions in this video purely rely on the storyline of the topic and are not the personal opinions of the cast. The deliberation of the message, tone, and facial expressions that you will hear and see throughout the video must not be taken against the cast, as it is a part of the portrayal to be able to deliver the whole content. Teenage pregnancy is one of the biggest challenges that our country is currently facing, with 6.8% of Filipino girls aged 15 to 19 have begun childbearing, the 2021 Young Adult Fertility and Sexuality Study said. Today we interviewed two teenagers to hear their thoughts on teenage pregnancy, to see how different each individual sees the teenage pregnancy. Okay, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Emil, 16 years old, studying at Balayan Senior High School.
My name is Irvin Pedraza, 16 years old, studying at Balayan Senior High School.
And today, I'm here to answer
Answer your questions about teenage pregnancy.
How do you view teenage pregnancy?
I see early pregnancy or teenage pregnancy as a big responsibility in a woman's life, especially if she's still studying. This could hinder her studies and limit her freedom, since she now have a responsibility aside from herself, and teenage pregnancy can affect her mental and physical health, as many people will judge and push her away.
For me, I view teenage pregnancy as a devastating event, yet full of lessons because of how cruel, sad, and lonely the teenager will go through life to be able to overcome the consequences of their actions. Teenage pregnancy can happen because of unsafe sexual practices, which is a problem that is continuously growing in our country, or could be because of sexual abuse. Masasabi ko na isa itong pangyayari na hindi dapat pang maulit dahil malaki at marami na apektuhan itong bagay.
Do you personally know someone who got pregnant or pregnant in their teenage years?
No, I don't.
Yes, I actually have one friend and she suffers from bullying and malicious comments because of the rumors that she got pregnant.
If this happened to one of your friends, what would you do?
I would avoid her because honestly, I'm afraid that people would also judge and bully me and see me as someone who is reckless and capable of doing such a thing. So in order to protect my own reputation, I would distance myself to my friend.
I will be there by her side. I think that people who experience this kind of things need support because pregnancy is such a big thing. You undergo different emotions every day, you undergo physical changes, and I think that they badly need moral and emotional support from the people that they trust. They might have made an impulsive decision, but it doesn't mean that they need to be neglected.
Do you think someone should be blamed in this situation?
I think both men and women who have had sexual intercourse should be the one to blame in this kind of situation because they are the one who did it without thinking about the outcome of their action.
I think that no one should be blamed but rather be responsible. I think that the parents and the teen should take the responsibility of their action. I think that the parents should provide all the knowledge that they have about safe sex. They should be more open about it and should not let their child be deprived of safe sex education.
However, in some cases like people who are victims of rapes and other heinous crime, I would say that the man is on to blame here because this is unconsented and a form of abuse. Women should not be blamed in this situation. Even if people say that revealing clothes are the reason behind it, because the truth is no matter what people wear, if the person is a pervert, he is a pervert.
Parents must guide their children throughout their life. They must not be abused physically, emotionally, and mentally. For the teens, they must not make any impulsive decisions. They should always look out for perverts. They should do research before doing things.
As As a student, what do you think we can do to prevent the continued growth of teenage pregnancy?
As a student, I think we must promote and advocate sex education, which will be helpful to promote and practice safe sex, because being open about sex is not a bad thing, but rather a good one, because we share information, we make them realize the possible consequences of their actions and how damaging it will be for their future.
I personally think that condoms and other contraceptives should be given freely, not only to a local government but also to schools. And we, people, should be more open about sexual education.
I would also say that promoting a good relationship with their parents can prevent teenage pregnancy, because I think that having a healthy relationship with your parents allows you to have more support in many aspects. People with healthy relationships with their parents won't seek for other people's attention and affection, which they usually get from their boyfriends, that leads to pregnancy.
What do you think of aborting the child? Do you think it could be a solution to it?
If the person is left with only one choice is to abort the child, she never do this because it is a sin against God.
Many people are against it, but I think we should not forget the fact that it is one of the ways a victim of rape can do to help herself. It may not fully help her, but I think a choice to have an abortion is already a big thing to lessen the burden.
Although we cannot ease the heart of the person who is suffering because of the judgment of the people.
And traumatizing effect that she feels. Although a lot of people find abortion a crime, for me it is not, because abortion is backed up with scientific information. It's just that people haven't opened their eyes yet about the good side of it. It could be a solution.
And if she is left by the father, the parents of the woman should still support her.
Because getting pregnant at the teenage years have various of reasons, and not all of it came from unprotected sex. And I think that abortion is worth considering, especially if you know to yourself that you cannot provide the necessity that your child needs.
It could be a solution, but a very risky one, not a long term.
However, my only concern in abortion is that there are also negative effects that is really concerning for the health of the victim or person, but I hope that people don't abuse this and don't callously do this with no consideration.
What can you advise to those who experience teenage pregnancy?
I'd like to say to them that they should build up their courage to stand up for themselves and to continue pursuing their dreams despite what happened, because after all, the only one who can help them is themselves.
I would say that to those who experience teenage pregnancy, you guys should stand up for this situation, especially the father of the child, because the support of the child will come from both of them.
I would also advise them to be more responsible of their actions, especially now that they have someone to take care of.
So think correctly and reflect on their action so that they can realize the consequences of their actions.
Accept the consequences, change for the better, and live a good life so that in the future, their child won't suffer.
We all experience different hardships in life, like people who got pregnant early due to lack of sex education. But instead of neglecting and blaming them for committing something that could possibly ruin their lives, we should be more kind to them and make them realize that they still have a chance in life and that they can still achieve things if they want to. Teenage pregnancy should be solved. Be open, be educated, and invest on sex education.